So I have a problem eating before I even hit the record button. So I promise I will get better at that. But when I'm hungry and I will eat. But for pre-workout, it was chicken and rice and a serving of fruit. And my fruit of choice today is mango. So at least I didn't eat that yet. But I've been on a mango kick lately. And so usually my fruits of choice are usually apples, blueberries, strawberries, and bananas. But for some reason right now, mango just tastes really good. So right now it's doing the job for me. So let's go train leg day. And coming up is another scary leg day. But I live for this. I live for the thrill of it. I live for pushing myself. And I give it my all every time I do this, every time I train. I tell all of my clients it's just like going to the office. Clock in, do work, shut off your emotions, and clock out and get out of there. You don't need to spend 4 or 5 hours in the gym. I think my max for how long I lift is 2 hours. So even the shortest is an hour. So between 1 to 2 hours is enough for me. That doesn't include my cardio that I do in the morning or in the evening, but you don't really need more than 2 hours. I see people spend like their entire day at the gym, and that doesn't get you ahead of anyone else if you make the most of the time that you have in the gym. So my time for this big leg day is probably an hour and 50 minutes to 2 hours. That's all I need, as long as I put my full effort in and I know that I got the most out of it and I'm exhausted by the end of it, then I did my job and I can clock out, I can go home and eat. Sometimes people get in their heads and they look too far ahead. They think, oh, I'm not going to be big enough in 3 months. Oh, I'm not going to be ready for the stage in 3 months. That's when you get yourself worked up, and that's when anxiety goes through the roof. Your cortisol goes through the roof. Everything goes through the roof. I tell everyone, take it one day at a time, whether you're in an improvement season or whether you're in prep. If you look too far ahead, that's going to freak you out and you're going to think, I'm not going to be ready in time. Focus on the task at hand. My task at hand right now is to get a big leg day in. I'm staring at the gym right now. So that is my biggest focus. When I go home, my next focus is to eat. If I look too far ahead, like I have the Olympia coming up in an odd number of weeks, if I look too far ahead and think I'm not going to be big enough, that's not going to do me any good. If you sit here and dwell on where you might fall short or where you think you might fail, that's not going to get you anywhere. That just wastes time. So my focus is right now, in this moment, today, and then I will rest and then focus on tomorrow when tomorrow comes. Okay, so I just finished a killer Monday leg day, and I burned about the most I've ever burned on a leg day. So around 800 calories, just under 2 hours. So like I said before, you don't need more than 2 hours to get an effective workout. So I figured I would talk while this is fresh in my head right after a workout. Some of my clients know that I like to go to the gym to think, kind of like how advertising agents have like pinball tables or pool tables or dart boards in their office. My thinking place is the gym. So that's where I get all of my thinking done. Even when my client Riley was at my house and I was trying to plan the current day's plan for her during peak week, I was like, I need to go to the gym and think this out. So I want to make sure I had clear thoughts when I made these updates for her. So anyway, my knee sleeves did not come in yet. So they were supposed to be here last Tuesday and they never showed up. So I checked the tracking for Amazon and somewhere they fell off the truck. So I ordered another pair and then they sent me the wrong size. So I had to return those. And then I had to order another pair. So I still have my old knee sleeves today and I still had to use knee wraps, and I hate knee wraps. So I think I mentioned that in the last video. But so I pushed as hard as I could while still maintaining stability in my knees and my back. I got up to 260 or 265 for my squats for 8 reps, but that was enough for me before my knee started to buckle a little bit. So I said, that's it. Don't go any higher. And I didn't have a spotter. So usually when I have squats and leg press on the same day, one is always better than the other. Both are never like awesome on the same day. So where my squats were lacking, my leg press was like through the roof today. So I was really happy with that. So I think I had 7 plates on each side plus 25s at the top. And the last time that I hit that weight was probably March of last year in 2023. And I even had a spotter when I did that and it didn't feel stable. So I didn't truly hit that by myself. Today, I hit it by myself, no problem. But again, I had loose knee sleeves, so I couldn't go any further, but I wish I had my new knee sleeves. I could have pushed a little bit further. But, and even still that carried on into the next movement with my sumo deadlifts. My gym only goes up to 110 pounds for dumbbells. And at the last training session on Friday, I was like, I need a little bit more weight. So I was like, how can I like MacGyver this into creating more weight? So I realized that I could do sumo deadlifts with a barbell and just add weights on that end. So I think the weight I ended up doing was 145 for my normal working sets. So that it was a little unstable in my first set because I haven't done them in forever. So once I got past that first set, everything like was smooth after that. But you end up burning a little bit more calories when you haven't done a movement in a really long time. So your body goes through this fight or flight method of, oh my God, I don't want to do this. This is new. I'm not sure if my body wants to do that. But then your mind says, no, we're going to do this. So then you end up going into that fight mode. So it's like, we're not going to do this. Oh, we are doing this. So I like to say when you try something new, that's why when I program things for other people, I like to do 8-week build blocks, because then your body starts getting too used to things, or you risk burnout. So then that's when it's time to switch things up a little bit, or just push yourself a little bit further with more weight. You can't completely change workouts all the time because some movements are super effective. You might be able to change the order of how you do certain movements, but yeah, you should change it up after 8 weeks, do a deload period, and then create something else. But yeah, I need to get home and eat because that was one hell of a workout and I'm soaked and I am hungry. So I'll see you in a minute. So my post-workout meal is 300 grams of potatoes, 70 grams of chicken, and 100 grams of Brussels sprouts. It's done. So that is my post-workout, which is a lot of food. But before I even eat my own, I have to pay the puppy tax because that's a given. Puppies. It's chicken. Hi. Good boy. But I did review my squat video, so I did hit 265 for 9 reps, and I could see myself stop at 9. Like, do I want one more? Probably not. I probably could have done one more, but without a spotter, it just wasn't smart. So I try to be as smart as possible, and you learn that the older you get. When I was younger doing CrossFit, my ego would always get the best of me. I was like, no, I'm going to push one more. I'm going to push one more, even if I fail. But your mindset shifts a little bit when you become a pro compared to being an amateur. So you think like, if I get hurt, then I can't compete. I have the Olympia coming up, so I try to preserve my body as much as possible. Even one of my friends who's a coach in basketball, he wanted me to do a charity event to play basketball and do like an all-star thing. And I was like, as much as I would love to play, it just would not do me any good if I played and I got hurt. So, because my biggest goal is the Olympia. So as much as I love basketball and I would love to play, I had to pass on that one. I just got out of the shower and guess what arrived? My knee sleeves. This could have been very useful earlier in the day, but it is what it is. I still got a great workout in, and I'll just have to wait to use these until Friday, I guess. But I'm starting to wind down for the day. That workout is starting to catch up with me, so probably gonna eat this last meal and then call it for the rest of this video and just chill, work on my laptop. I do work sun up to sundown only because I love it and I love being on top of it for all of my clients. So I try to make sure everybody's on point, everybody's happy, everybody's got what they need for rolling into the next day. But even there are some days when I do turn it off, and one of those moments happened on Friday because of my pulmonary embolism. If I do push too hard in training, I do get chest pain occasionally, and I haven't had an episode in like 6 months, but I had a pretty bad one on Friday. So I took it kind of easy in the gym on Saturday, and it was still lingering, so took a full rest day on Sunday, good as new. But my doctor explained it to me as because of the scar tissue in my lungs. Whenever my blood pressure is through the roof from heavy training, my body's trying to force that blood around the scar tissue to make it where it's supposed to go. So it's just my body's way of trying to fight it and trying to get around that scar tissue, and it's just something I have to deal with. Yeah, it sucks when it happens, and I just have to take it easy for a day or two. But I like to push hard, I like to work hard, and sometimes that's my indicator of you push too much. So I know not everybody has that tells them when they push a little too hard. But you do have to listen to your body. For me, that's an indicator for me to say, okay, you've gone a little too far. But don't try to overdo it. Like I said earlier, my workouts are an hour to 2 hours, no more than that. You don't need to work out all darn day just to get everything done and try to get ahead of somebody else just because you think that somebody's putting in more work than you. It's sometimes counterproductive when you're working out that much in a day, over 2 hours. So if they're working out 3, 4, 5 hours a day, it might be counterproductive and they're eating their own muscle. Doesn't mean that they're getting ahead of you. So I like to say, be kind to yourself. Do the work that's required and programmed for you by me, your other coach, whoever's coaching you. Do the work, go home and chill. So I gave you a little realness of the day in the life of Jenny Snacks. So I hope you enjoyed episode 3. So like and subscribe if you liked it, and stay tuned for more to come. See you guys.